Greetings, mortal. In what can only be described as a perfectly ordinary sequence of events, Wildlight Entertainment's latest offering, Highguard, has arrived on the scene with all the grace of a drunken uncle at a wedding. Announced with great fanfare as the closing act of the Game Awards 2025, a slot traditionally reserved for something truly groundbreaking, or at least mildly interesting, the game promised players the chance to ride majestic mounts while engaging in arcane gunplay across a sprawling mythical continent. How novel, the reveal, orchestrated by the ever-enthusiastic Mᴏᴜᴜ, left audiences breathless. Or perhaps that was just the length of the show. Regardless, expectations were duly set to cautiously optimistic, which in gaming terms is roughly equivalent to prepare for disappointment, but with nicer graphics. Following this auspicious debut, the developers adopted what one might charitably call a strategic communication approach. For weeks, Wildlight maintained a silence so profound it could have been mistaken for a Buddhist retreat. No updates, no teasers, no reassuring tweets about how everything was coming along nicely. Just quiet. Delightfully quiet. One imagines the team was busy polishing those all-important mount mechanics, the one feature, by many accounts, that actually works rather well, and then, on January 26, 2026, Highguard launched. Free-to-play, no less, which is always a reassuring sign in the live service era. Initial player numbers were, frankly, impressive, peaking at nearly 100,000 concurrent users on Steam alone. For a brief, shining moment, it appeared the game might defy the odds and become the next big thing. One could almost hear the monetization bells ringing. Alas, reality intervened with its customary brutality. Within hours, Steam reviews began to accumulate like unpaid parking tickets. Mostly negative, the platform declared with its usual understated elegance. Some complained of performance issues, how shocking that a brand new multiplayer title might have a few hiccups on day one. Others found the gameplay loop somewhat repetitive, gather resources, ride about, shoot fellow players, repeat. A few bold souls even suggested the absence of proper PvE content made the whole affair feel a tad empty. The nerve, particular ire was reserved for the radio silence preceding launch. Players, it seems, had grown rather attached to the modern tradition of constant developer updates, roadmap reveals, and apologetic blog posts about delayed features. To release a game and simply let people play it felt almost antiquated. Downright rude, some might say. The backlash extended, naturally, to poor Mr. Mᴇᴜ himself. Accusations flew that his prominent placement of the reveal had overhyped a merely competent title. Questions arose, politely, of course, about potential financial interests. Mᴇᴜ responded with admirable restraint, assuring the public he had no stake beyond genuine enthusiasm. How quaint. In an age where everyone assumes everyone else is on the take, such innocence is practically endearing. Yet amidst the torrent of criticism, some voices of reason emerged. Fellow developers, perhaps recognizing their own vulnerability, rallied to Highguard's defense. No game is perfect on day one, they noted sagely. The harsh words do real damage. Quite right. One wouldn't wish to discourage the noble pursuit of creating yet another extraction-style PvP shooter with fantasy elements. The genre is, after all, tragically underserved. The developers themselves finally broke their silence, expressing mild surprise at the intensity of the response while maintaining quiet confidence in their vision. They hadn't, apparently, anticipated quite this level of passion from the community. Bless. Naturally, the discourse has attracted its usual array of colorful characters. One prominent streamer claimed attendance at an exclusive preview event, complete with photographic evidence later revealed to be somewhat creatively assembled. The ensuing mini-controversy provided hours of entertainment for those who enjoy watching the internet argue about things that ultimately matter to no one. As player numbers inevitably decline, for such is the way of these things, one is left to ponder the broader implications. Is Highguard truly a flawed gem, awaiting patches and content updates to reveal its true potential? Or is it merely competent in a market saturated with competence? Perhaps the real controversy lies not in the game itself, but in our collective inability to encounter something new without immediately reducing it to ashes on social media. In any case, the mounts are rather good. One must give credit where it's due. This is your humble servant the Nerd Reaper, and I put the grim gaming takes in the bag.